Hello, brothers and sisters in Christ. Sorry I'm late with this video posting, but I'm recording live from our Aunt Hayla's house in Waco, Texas. We're just out of town, just visiting with my wife's Texas family and just getting to celebrate a marriage for an upcoming wedding. So that's why you don't see my typical backdrop for those of you who've seen my videos, but anyway, in this video, um, I wanted to talk about a man who pretty much instructed me in the art of being a Christian gentleman, and that was actually my grandfather, George A. Holm. And I wanted to tell his story for this last video discussion because his story is very, very, very powerful. So, I did an interview with my grandfather back in 2011, so I'm just rehashing it here. It was actually for a sociology class, where he told me his life background story. So I'm going to share those details with that here. So George Holm, when it comes to post-war America, he definitely embodies the American success story because when I was looking in the census records, in the 1940 and 1950, the 1950 census record, my grandfather was listed as a farmhand in Bath, Ohio. So he started out, that was his first job, and he worked as that kind of job for 20 years. But my grandfather didn't have a college education. He graduated high school. He got married to his wife and my grandmother, Lois Holm, at a very young age. He got married at he was married at 19 years of age. So back then it was a different time, of course. I mean, people got married young all the time back then, but it was it was a different time then. Now you kind of see people maybe getting married maybe into their mid to late 20s and into their 30s, but um so with the post-war economy in question, the biggest experience that he had of his success was after he left that job as a farmhand, he actually became vice president of a now defunct lighting company in Cleveland. He was vice president of operations. And it was in that venture that he solidified a reputation where he told me that whenever he went to a new job, after that one, his employees followed him. He was well respected and admired that much. With the post-war economy, what was going on nationally at the time was a massive peacetime expansion. The World War II economy really propelled that and as my grandfather said it, like during that time and after, like going into the 1950s and 60s, everybody and their brother had a job. So it was basically characterized by a massive manufacturing industry and that kind of job boom after the war's conclusion that just continued for um, a number of years after the war. And my grandfather experienced that track record of success. Um, so without a college degree, he transitioned from being a farmhand and he entered white collar America, becoming vice president of operations at a lighting company in Cleveland. He told me about these experiences in the interview that I conducted with him for an old sociology class when I used to go to the University of Akron. And he taught me how important having a good work ethic and strong moral foundation was. This is these are the Christian values that he passed on to me before I had actually come to Christ. And he ultimately he even taught me how to play chess. And It was that game that really defined our time together. It was over chess games where we would drink coffee and have the most legendary conversations about history, current events, politics, and the like. But I always loved hearing his stories because he was a child of the Great Depression. And at one time, he told me horror stories about how he the parents would have to decide who would eat, the parents or the kids. The Great Depression was haunting, but then he becomes vice president of a lighting company, of operations of a lighting company in Cleveland. That kind of record of success is, I haven't heard of remotely anything like that in recent memory. Um, I mean, there's I know that there's people out there who don't have a college degree that have gone on to have success, and my grandfather was certainly one of them. So he unfortunately passed away in July of 2020 at the age of 90. Yes, he lived a long life, but I don't have my chess partner anymore. I don't have those conversations anymore. I miss him dearly, but I figured this would be a fantastic way to pay homage to my grandfather. So I hope you all find this video interesting, and make sure to click make sure to like the video and click the subscribe button and share the video as a powerful testimony. God's just did amazing things in his life, and he influenced me in such a powerful way. So I'm very thankful for his legacy and just the values he instilled in me. So God bless you guys. Thank you for watching.